Stepping into the cage against Isaac Mitchell, who is also making his debut.
Well, he looks confident.
He does. He's taking it all in.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, we know Nick Lyons well. We saw him twice now in MMA. That first fight, you remember, he had a close arm triangle. He almost won it. Then his opponent came back and beat him, TKO'd him. The second fight was a little bit tougher. I guess he's switching it up now. I think he's going to make a go of it as a boxer, but he's tough. We've seen that. And we've seen him come very close to victory, looking for that first win.
I just really like the rolled down socks. I love it. Old school.
And I've always said this, you can't go wrong with an AC/DC walkout. You just can't.
You'll win pro debuts with it.
Denzel Chapman doesn't.
I walked out to Hell's Bells by ACDC.
I don't remember that.
That's because
I thought you were coming out to Lowrider.
No,
Or
no, I walked out and you were just mesmerized by these Hispanic kids.
So here we go. We have Isaac Mitchell versus Nick Lyons. Isaac we've not seen before. He's an unknown quantity, but he looks very calm. He looks very confident.
He's got the boxing boots.
Let's keep it
on.
right
I like
on rolling, ladies and gentlemen. Our next bout's a cruiserweight boxing match. We have out of the blue corner, the Army vet, Nicholas Lyons, versus out of the red corner, he's going to be taking on Isaac Mitchell. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen.
Look ready to go.
Oh, big straight right from Nick Lyons out of the gate.
Isaac coming out the southpaw stance. Especially at amateur, that's very hard to figure out.
Oh, yeah. And he's keeping dominant footing. You know, if you watch him when he starts stepping in, he'll back up and circle to the left. But when he comes in, he circles to his right.
The only complaint I have on Lyons is you see that right, and his right foot comes way off the ground. So that means there's no power whatsoever on that right hand.
Yeah.
See, there he comes again, but walked into a solid straight left there.
You can definitely see that Mitchell is the more technical boxer.
And he seems more calm as well.
But Lyons has more combat experience. Lyons has been in there 3 times in MMA. So that does give you an edge. Just the fact that you've actually made that walk.
Oh, yeah. I would like to see them throw once they separate from their clinches.
Yeah, Mitchell's got, good head movement.
He has a nice jab. He's just throwing from a little far away.
Yeah. Well, and there's definitely a tell sign too on Mitchell too. Like before he throws his jab, it drops below his chest level.
Mm-hmm.
You can definitely tell, like it's right on his chin right now, or his cheekbone, and then as soon as he starts to throw, it comes down to his chest.
And that's one of those beginner mistakes.
Yep.
Yeah, both of his hands do that.
And you'll see a lot of guys at beginner level too. When they get done throwing the punch, they'll roll that.
Absolutely. Yeah, we call that or I did the choo-choo train, right? Like chugging along, but it's another thing to kind of watch on those guys.
You gotta be sick.
It was a close first round there.
We're all at some restaurant now. Okay. I was just a street hunter.
Yeah, that was a pretty close round. I think that one could have went either way, honestly.
No guy had any big moments.
Yeah. I think, first round, they need to get the timidity out of the way. And I think they'll, if they start actually bringing their feet with their punches a little more and being more aggressive, I think they'll find success there.
Well, I think you can definitely see it with Isaac Mitchell. It's his first time in there. He's a little bit gun shy because of it. He's throwing from too far away. Once he gets comfortable, I'd say it'll be a different fight. And Lyons is just not very technical.
Yeah, I think that Mitchell, he needs to realize, and Ryan Carroll, very experienced guy, he might be telling him, hey, you have to take some chances. You can't throw those from so far out. You have to get the punching range. You could get hit there, but that's how you're going to hit it.
But look at Lyons jump off that stool.
Yeah.
He's ready to go. He don't even know what's going on right now. Look at him. I don't know who he's looking for, but they're not there.
Who else is coming?
Lyons is always fired up in game, though. Every time we've seen him compete, whether he comes out on top or not, he's a fighter.
No, and that's what we like, man. I've got to appreciate those guys that are signing up for every fight, and they're trying to get better, and they're trying to win, and they're a fighter, right? That's the thing. As you said, there's a lot of skilled people in here that don't necessarily have that fight gene inside of them, right?
There's some people who are much better coaches than they are
absolutely.
fighters. And there's some fighters who can't translate it to coaching at all.
Yeah, absolutely, right?
Oh, big right hand from Lyons, and that's the most significant shot of the fight so far.
Yeah, and Mitchell, he shakes it off. He got his gloves.
Oh, and another big shot from Lyons, rocks his head back.
And this goes to what you say. Lyons is a gritty fighter. We've seen him fight before, and he draws you into a brawl. So even though he's not very technical, he's got him into a brawl, and that's where he's starting to look better, right? Because they're actually just
Mitchell has the tools to win this fight.
He does. But I would argue, right, that he doesn't have that, as they say, the young people say now, the dog in him, right? Like he looks a little like he's very technical, but he's not getting mad yet.
You got to get that fire under you. You got to realize I need to wake up. I need to take a risk here and make this a fight. You can't just try to outpoint somebody. It's a fight.
Yeah.
And, that's the thing, your first fight or two, you get hit hard. That's what's going to decide. You either get upset, you get mad about it, you get more aggressive, or you get timid.
Yeah.
Beautiful job evading that shot, though. Nice head movement from Mitchell there.
When we saw that earlier with your guy, right, Travis, he had a rough first round, and then he walked to the second round. He's like, F this, I'm ready to go. And the second and third round, he made adjustments, and he looked like the guy.
Oh, yeah.
The thing about Mitchell I see here, though, is he's a kid who's becoming a boxer. Like you see, he's just getting started. Like he had a tendency there to turn away when he got caught, and then he stopped himself. He's like, all right, he settled back in.
Give him another year or two, and he'll be a different person.
Absolutely. But again, I can't stress that enough. That's the point of this stuff, right? Like we can't judge these people like they're fighting the UFC.
And I like watching him in the corner. Ryan Carroll's sitting down instead of him. Ryan Carroll took the stool instead of Mr. Mitchell.
No, and sometimes that's good coaching. I don't know if you guys remember back in the day, but Teddy Atlas would do that to Michael Moore when he had the heavyweight championship. He sat down and said, hey, man, if you're not going to fight, I'm going to sit on this stool.
Yeah.
Right? And he used it to aggravate the guy and to get him pumped up. And so used in the right situation, it could be great. Used in the wrong situation, they could just walk out of there.
That's what Ryan Carroll just said.
I hope so.
Ryan Carroll's right there we see on camera. He's giving him a great speech here. That's an experienced coach firing his fighter up.
I think he's telling him there, you got to go.
Yeah. And after that big win that Ryan had, he's pumped up and he's wanting everybody to be on there. That's the beautiful thing about a team. When the momentum gets going, the rest of the team gets going, right?
And that's another thing you could see in Mitchell.
But look at Lyons.
When he was in Lyons, every round has come out like a house on fire. Yeah. And I think it throws Mitchell off. I really do.
It's not very technical, but it does the job, right?
I talked about this the last card. The last boxing match I had, I fought a guy that was a brawler. And he was just in my face the entire time. And it's weird dealing with that when you're training with guys who can box and you're just sitting back, you're actually boxing. Then you deal with somebody who's literally just right there. You can't sit back and throw.
Yeah, you have to cut an angle, create an opening, and then throw. There's more steps to it.
Yeah, back in the 90s, when I could decide whether I was going to do the tough man, rough and rowdy route or the Golden Gloves route, I picked the Golden Gloves route for the exact same thing. Like I knew that those guys would be in your face and give you no space. And
Mitchell's pouring it on right now.
Oh, and Lyons looks confused.
And Mitchell stops him.
Yeah, shocking. Wow. He doesn't look like he's complaining. Did he ask for it to stop? It's interesting, right?
He shook his head no at one
I
point.
thought he was telling the ref not to stop it, but he's not complaining at all.
Interesting, huh?
Mitchell overwhelms him there, and that's a beautiful come from behind victory.
It is. Good
He
for-
figured it out. He found a way to win.
Yeah.
And like you said, like a year from now, this kid's going to have a lot of potential.
Oh, yeah.
Good for them. Uh-oh. So Danielle doing the dinosaur dance over there?
You don't even know her name.
No, I don't. But
She's been around a lot longer than you, Butch Childs. That's New Line Cagefighting's most veteran employee right there.
well, listen,
And her name is Danny,
that's very
not
close.
Danielle.
You don't think that was close enough? I was right there.
You know, whatever Ryan said to Mitchell there really got him going.
That's true. Yeah. Actually, we didn't make fun of it. We joked about sitting on the stool, but whatever he said right there,
Yeah.
changed everything.
You know, Travis, the killer, talked to us earlier. I told you, he used to be my corner for every fight. And when I fought for my first title, it was a kickboxing title. At the third round,
We have a TKO stoppage in 1 minute, 1 second of the third round for your winner, Mr. Isaac Mitchell.
I
Absolutely.
don't know what he was saying, but it was clearly one of those make you or break you speeches.